Hey guys, Liz Stapleton from elizabethstapleton.com, and in this video I'm going to be going over some strategies to help you create content super fast. If you find this video useful, please take a second to like and subscribe. It really helps me in growing this channel. Alright, so it all started innocently enough. You decide to start a business with a blog, or you just decide to start a blog and you think, oh, it's just some blog posts on a regular basis, no big deal. And then you actually get into it and realize there's a lot to blogging than just writing blog posts. Requires you to create content, yes, but it's more than you thought. In fact, blog posts are just one part of the content that you create. There's website copy, graphics, copy for the graphics, and there's social media updates and email broadcasts. Never mind sales copy if you think you're gonna like sell something or do freebie downloads. It's a lot of stuff to create. So how do you find the time to create all of it and don't, lose your mind? So in this video, I'm going to break down some strategies I use to help me create content super fast. So the first one is to repurpose content. There are a couple strategies that can help you create content without losing your mind, and repurposing is one of them. Unfortunately, as hard as you worked on that first blog post, the one you were worried about everyone seeing, chances are that not a lot of people actually saw it. So this means you can repurpose the content. You can recycle the post on social media, or you can turn it into a freebie. You could combine a bunch of old posts on the same topic into a freebie download. You could just update the post and republish it, because chances are you're a much better blogger now than you were when you first started. So repurposing is a great way to kind of produce content, or reproduce content, if you will, to get stuff out there and fresh. Another strategy I use is dictating posts. So I've done this a couple different ways. So when I first started doing this, what I would do is I'd open up a Google Doc and I'd do like the title and basically all the points I wanted to hit in the post. And then when I'd go take my dog outside for a walk, I would use just the talk to text feature on my phone, and the Google Docs was on my phone too. We could use Pages or Word or whatever your phone does. I would literally talk out the post and talk to text. And yes, it required a lot of editing, but the more you do it, the better you get at sort of the talking and the less editing you have to do. And also, I've found it's always easier and faster to be editing and dealing with content on a page than it is to look at a blank page. Maybe that's just me. So the way I do this now, or that I've done it, is similar, except I'm not living in an apartment right now, so I'm not taking my dog for a walk like 20 times a day. So what I do is I record a video just like I'm doing now, and then I'll use Temi, T-E-M-I, to produce a transcript. And it's like 10 cents a minute, maybe. It's really cheap. And so like a 9-minute video is like 90 cents. I was like, okay, so for $1, like I get content on a page. And actually does a bit of a better job, I think, in my opinion, than the talk to text did. And then again, I just go through, I edit, I clean up, and I've got a good, rough draft of a blog post pretty quickly and easily. So those are some quick ways to do it. And I have another YouTube video that sort of really walks you through using the talk to text on your phone sort of thing. I produced like a bunch of content in one day using that method, and I made a video out of it. Okay. But I find sort of that, it's kind of like a way of repurposing, but it's also a way of multitasking depending on which method you do that's actually productive. Whereas most multitasking, like in your office or wherever, is counterproductive. Okay. So another strategy is to batch your work. Every time you have to switch between doing different things, your brain has to adjust to that, and that's wasted time when you could just batch, So this is like my 10th video that I'm recording today that's not going to publish for several months by the time you see it. But I'm recording all these videos, then I'm going to go through and I'm going to edit all these videos, and then I'm going to get them all ready to add to the blog post they belong to, and then I'm going to create all the social graphics, so on and so forth. So I batch the things that are the same, so my brain really just focuses on one task, and I get a lot of things done before I have to switch tasks. Okay. And then another strategy, sort of bonus, if you will, is to systemize repetitive work, right? So you can repurpose, you can dictate, you can batch, but systemizing things so that you don't have to do it, or you do it in a fraction of the time, is great. So this could be done with something like Social be your tailwind in scheduling content, right? So you're not in there every day manually pinning or whatever. And this is where, you know, there are free tools, or there's free versions of tools, or you do a paid version. I picked up Social Bee with a lifetime deal on AppSumo, and AppSumo oftentimes has like social sharing lifetime deal things, so definitely keep an eye on that. But then the other thing I do, and I apply it in a lot of places of my business now, and the first time I did it, I was like, oh, I just created like computer magic, is I used to create all my social graphics in Canva. And Canva's great. Like, I've got nothing against Canva. But I now mostly create them using Google Slides. And there are a lot of aspects that it just goes a lot faster. Not every aspect, because in Google Slides, you can't just like download a zip file of all the images. You have to download them one by one. So that's the one thing that like is annoying and takes a little bit. But what I do is I use an add-on for Google Slides that's called Autocrat, AUTOCRAT. And it's amazing. So I have templates in Google Slides of like pins or for featured images, whatnot. And so I put in sort of the merge tag, like Title 1, Title 2, Title 3, whatever, subtitle. And then in a Google Sheet spreadsheet, I have all the titles there. And with a click of a button, it'll insert all the titles into the templates in Google Slides. So much easier than like, especially if you want to do multiple pins, right? So maybe I have a template where it's like 5 different pin designs, and it's just putting title 1 in all of them, but then I have 5 different pins for one post with a click of a button, as opposed to like copying and pasting the title 5 times and tweaking and adjusting. I mean, you still have to tweak and adjust a few things, but it goes so much faster and it saves you a lot of time. And I use this for a lot of things in my business now to generate webinar slides, you know, social media images, like I said, but it's also what I use to create products and things. So it's just awesome. It really is. And I have a tutorial video in the blog post. You should definitely check it out. I mean, it's probably on YouTube here somewhere, and I'll try to link to it as well. But it saves me a lot of time. So systemizing, automating things, and like Google Slide, like if you have a Google account, like Google Slides, Autocrat, like it's all free. That doesn't even cost you money. It's amazing. But yeah, and then sort of another way to sort of systemize or you know, do less is to literally do less. Hire out the work to a virtual assistant or someone else. Hire a freelancer, straight. Hire a VA to do VA stuff. Don't hire them for things they're not good at. So I used to have a VA. She's awesome, and she took a stab at writing an article, and she did a good job. But I had to rework a lot of things just because it wasn't her specialty. So hire people for what they're good at would be my recommendation. But bottom line, while there is a ton of content you need to create for a blog, there are lots of ways to sort of systemize it and just make it go really fast. So you're producing the amount of content you want without just, without losing your mind and not having any life. So hopefully these tips have helped. If they did, please take a second to like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good one. I'll catch you next time.